morning, guys, and welcome to your daily bite of toast, the alarm clock show that gets you out of bed with news, food, and a motivational kick up the PJs. I'm Gareth.
And I'm Emmeline. It's the 12th of June, and here's what's coming up in the next 30 minutes.
Top chef Ben Headley from Groundworks Coffee Shop cooks up some morning grub on the run.
We're joined by Jonathan Forbes, co-founder of newly launched film app Q's, and Victoria Stoyanova, community architect at Business Hub Second Home, to chat about tapping into our generation's entrepreneurial spirit.
And our roaming flatmate Adam Nutburn meets an unexpected celebrity guest while discovering a novel way to get your blood pumping before work.
But before all of that, we kickstart your week with headlines and hashtags.
Every day on Toast, we'll give you the lowdown on 3 topics most likely to feature in today's conversations, equipping you with thoughts and facts to spin your way through any heated discussion. So let's find out what your colleagues will be yakking on about today.
First, we'll be looking at the FIFA scandal shaking the football world. Then we'll stop corruption for cover stars as we discuss former Olympian Caitlyn Jenner's transformation into a transgender woman. Finally, we'll examine Stephen Hawking's renewed fear of a robot revolution.
So first, FIFA. The governing body of international football. It's been left in chaos after the arrest of 7 of its officials, following claims that they personally accumulated over $150 million of bribes in exchange for World Cup broadcast rights. Meanwhile, there's been a parallel investigation into alleged corruption during the bidding process for the 2018 and 2022 tournaments in Russia and Qatar.
Yesterday, in response to increasing levels of public criticism, FIFA President Sepp Blatter announced his shock resignation just days after being re-elected for a 5th term. The scandal has shaken the football world. So what do you need to know?
So what's FIFA? The Fédération Internationale de Football Association has been the governing body of international football since 1904 and is responsible for organising the World Cup.
So who's Sepp Blatter? Sepp's a 79-year-old billionaire from Switzerland who has been the president of FIFA since 1998. According to Forbes, he's the 70th most powerful person in the world. So what next? Many are suggesting that FIFA's executive committee should be reformed. Others are claiming it should be reassembled from scratch. We're wondering what the new features of the FIFA 16 video game will look like.
So, moving on from corruption to cover stars. This week, conversation across social media has been dominated by Vanity Fair's new cover star, Caitlyn Jenner, who's now arguably the highest profile transgender woman in the world. Many are claiming this groundbreaking moment in the acceptance of the transgender community. So, what do you need to know about Caitlyn?
Who is Caitlyn? Born a man, Bruce Jenner was an American television star and former Olympic decathlete gold medalist. He has married 3 times and fathered 6 children, including Kylie and Kendall Jenner, stars of the hit reality TV series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So what's Vanity Fair? Vanity Fair is an American popular culture, fashion and current affairs magazine founded in 1983. The latest issue features a 22-page cover story, which was 3 months in the making and shot by the acclaimed photographer Annie Leibovitz. So what next? Caitlyn's transition is the subject of an 8-part documentary series called I Am Kate that will premiere in July 2015.
So now for something a bit more technical. We've all heard about driverless cars, delivery drones and automated vacuum cleaners that may soon be the norm. But at the recent Zeitgeist conference in London, prominent physicist Stephen Hawking claimed the world could face a robot uprising by the end of the century. Hawking's announcement comes as we anticipate the upcoming launch of the 5th Terminator movie, Terminator Genisys, a futuristic sci-fi movie in which the hero teams up with Arnold Schwarzenegger to lead a war against the machines.
So the robot revolution is a hot topic across the press. So should we fear an impending mechanical doom?
What is a robot? Well, the word robot comes from the Czech word robota, meaning drudgery, and first appeared in a 1921 play titled R.U.R., in which machines rise up and kill their creators.
When did technophobia start? The fear of machines dates back to the Industrial Revolution when a group of weavers called the Luddites smashed up the first mechanical loom out of fear that it would replace their jobs. But now films such as I, Robot, Transformers and Terminator stoke fear by depicting evil killer robots taking over the world.
So where are the robots now? Well, more than 1 million industrial robots are now in use around the globe. Of course, nearly half of them in Japan. Industry is booming, and the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has pledged to quadruple the size of the robot market from $5 to $20 billion by 2020, boosted by hosting the first ever Robot Olympics. So, rather than annihilating the human race, today's robots are far more likely to busy themselves with hoovering, cooking, playing football, or rehabilitating the elderly.
Oh, that's nice. So there you have it, trials, transformations, and tech takeovers. Hopefully, that'll be enough to give you the conversational edge.
Remember, you can join in the conversation at any time on our Facebook page, Toast Telly, or you can get in touch on our Twitter via our feed @Toast Telly.
So now it's time to join our weatherman for a quick glance at what we can expect today.
I love this bit.
The weatherman!
Morning all, it's me, Ingimar, experiencing Blighty's weather predictions for today. We're expecting a day that can't make its mind up, with mild temperatures across much of the country for most of the morning, with a light wind blowing through till lunch. But as the afternoon progresses, the wind will pick up across most of Scotland and northern England, where there's a slight chance of rain, so bring your brolly to work. However, if you live further south, you're in luck, as we're expecting glorious sunshine to sweep in around 5 o'clock with highs of 20 degrees in the capital. That's it for today. Stay toasty, people.
Come rain or shine, we all know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So it's time to check in with you guys at home to see what you're chomping.
Hey Toast, I'm Lucy from Harrogate with my muesli, and I just wanted to give a big shout out to my best friend Em Bartle, who's just got a cracking new job in London.
Hi Toast, Tom here from Ashford in Kent. Just about to tuck into my breakfast of 3 poached eggs and a grapefruit. I want to give a big shout out to my dad. He's about to go to Japan for the first time on business, and he doesn't speak any Japanese, so good luck to him. Hopefully he can find his way around. Cheers Toast!
Cheers Toast, my name's Alex and I'm from London, and I'm waking up with a lovely cup of coffee and some yoghurt and bananas. I also want to give a big shout out to my friend Joe, who was out last night, and he's got a meeting in about an hour's time, so good luck with that, mate. I think you need it.
Thanks for those messages, guys. If you want to book a breakfast shout out with Toast, then put in a request at our website, toast.tv.
Now, every day we invite a culinary upstart from the independent coffee shop scene to cook up an innovative, nutritious breakfast on the run.
Today, we're joined by Chef Ben Headley from independent coffee shop The Groundworks in Hitchin. Welcome, Ben.
How's it going?
Do you like our lovely flat?
I'm absolutely loving it. It's great.
We've only just moved in. It's all
Yes.
looking very clean and tidy.
That's why.
Thank you for coming in.
No, of course.
Can you tell us a little bit about your business, Groundworks?
Yeah, so Groundworks is my first business. I started it up with my best friend Tom.
great.
We met each other when we were 5 years old.
Oh, great.
And yeah, I was saying coffee shop. We do some homemade food, and it's in Hitchin, so booming little town, and it's going really, really well.
We'll have to pop along.
Amazing.
Sounds great.
So, all these ingredients look really interesting.
Yeah.
What are you going to make for us?
So we've got, we're going old school with the Pop-Tarts today. We're doing
Lovely.
rhubarb and ginger Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
With a lemon mascarpone and fresh strawberries.
That looks
And
great.
this is going to be accompanied by a juice that we're making as well.
And you I assume you can use, other than compote, you can use anything you want
Yeah,
in there?
the great thing with these,
Whatever
you
you
could
fancy.
use Nutella and banana. That's a great
Oh.
combo. I'm a big fan of that. You could strawberry jam, raspberry jam, peanut butter,
Oh my
or even go
gosh.
down the savoury kind of route that some people are fond of.
Yeah, some people love that. don't
What kind of pastries do you have to use?
I've got
Does it matter?
sweet short crust pastry here.
Okay.
I find it works best. They hold up better when you're putting them in the toaster as opposed to puff pastry.
So you seal them using the fork
We're
to...
going to crimp around
Crimp,
the
that's
edges
the
here.
official word.
The official term.
Sorry.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So we're just going to pop this one onto the greaseproof here.
Okay, go for it.
You're going to pop that in the oven 18 to 20 minutes, about
Okay.
200 degrees. So
Right.
it's nice and golden brown. You
Okay.
can put an egg wash on there as well
Right.
for the added colour. which
Okay.
is-
Wait, so you can't actually make this in the morning, really? Can you?
So you can make it maybe at the beginning of the
red-handed.
week.
I think the idea behind these is that you make them in advance.
Right.
So you get your big batch of pastry, you can make a
Yeah.
lot of different ones, stick them in the freezer. Then
Yeah.
the next day, when you're in a rush, you can just whack them in the toaster, have your juice.
That's
and
all right. Have them all
and you're
prepared
good
for
to
a
go.
week ahead.
me.
Don't take long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you could take
we put them in?
3 Pop-Tarts
Okay.
and whack those in.
I'm gonna put them in.
Oh,
put these in.
thanks.
Okay. Make ourselves useful.
So,
Chief toaster.
oh yeah,
lovely.
put it down.
Lovely. Great.
Right, so we've gone in with some fresh mint, cucumber and lime.
Okay.
And just to blitz this lot up
That looks
first,
very healthy.
We're gonna
Does the
no added sugar.
cucumber have to be peeled?
No, you can put the skin with the skin on. You can
And
put,
what's the juice?
Yes.
You just put in? It
This
was,
is fresh apple juice, freshly pressed
fresh
apple juice.
apple juice.
I've only put a little bit of juice in to
Wow.
start with, so I can make sure.
Cooking
Are they looking
nicely.
all right?
Yeah, I think they're looking okay.
Wicked.
Pop
I
tarts
think
are smelling
actually we
nice.
do have some guests coming in soon, so they'll be just in time for breakfast, I think.
Oh, I wonder if the
Lovely.
pop tarts will be ready on time. Pop.
Top of the pops.
Lovely, lovely. Are they ready? Ready. Oh, look, there you go.
Yay, there's
Brilliant,
mine.
brilliant. Put them out.
They might be a little hot.
Of course, breakfast is a very important meal, isn't it, Ben?
It is. It's the first meal you have of the day, so you want
yeah.
to make it a good one.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit of a
exactly.
cop-out if you're just having cereal when there's all these other things that you could have.
No, I totally agree.
And I think it's great because you have done it in. I mean, I would say I could probably do this in the morning, and a lot of our viewers don't always have the time. So I think this is great. Like,
Yeah.
It is something you can make.
Oh,
at once.
speaking of our
Doorbell.
guest.
Our first
earlier,
guest.
I'm going to wait at the breakfast table.
Yay!
Okay. Look
Hey,
who it is.
Jonathan, how are you?
Hiya, I'm good.
Come in,
into-
Jonathan. Welcome to our humble abode. I'm Gareth.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Sit down, have a seat. You're just in time for breakfast.
Perfect.
Love your
Breakfast.
trousers, by the way.
They're strong.
Right.
It's strong trousers are always
Mustard
a
yellow,
good way to start
very
the
in.
day.
Very in. So, this is Jonathan Forbes. He's a recent graduate of the National Film and Television School's Creative Business for Entrepreneurs and Executives course. That's quite a mouthful. And has recently returned from the Cannes Film Festival, where he launched his new film recommendation app.
Yeah, whilst he toasts up, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, sure. So I was born in New Zealand, and I came over here a couple of years ago to study. But before then, I was running a little production company in New Zealand. So I kind of grew up in the film industry.
Oh, brilliant.
So doing a little bit of commercial work and a few short films and things like that. And then, decided to come over to the other side of the world.
Okay. So what got you into the app side? What gave you the idea
Well-
to get a phone app?
It was a funny thing, actually. On the course, I met with another lady who I'm now running the business with, Victoria Thomas, and she had started working on this app, or at least something reasonably similar to it, and we got to a point that we weren't quite sure what to do. So I decided that it was probably appropriate for me to start learning how to code, and so over the last kind of 6 to 7 months, we've really been pushing hard to be able to, and we've now got an app out.
And what does the app do? What's the function of it? So I was walking down the street with the app on my phone. What would I be doing?
So, Q's it's a film discovery application, and it gives you thousands of great films, really, really great films. It just puts them straight to your fingertips and finds you the cheapest ways to buy them. And whether you want to watch things in a cinema or watch them at home or, on demand on your TV or on your cell phone, then it shouldn't be a challenging thing of having to find where you go to get those things, right?
This is true.
So it's a single application
Yeah.
that gives really intelligent recommendations, and not just based on genre, but based on actually who you are as a person. Some of the much more deep metadata inside films,
Okay.
and things which we understand about you.
Right, nice,
And
nice.
how did you go about launching an app at a film festival?
Well, it was an interesting thing. Cannes is very forward-thinking in the way that it's set up, and so as part of the Marché du Film, they have a section called Next.
Right.
So Next, it's a pavilion there, and it's a place where a lot of new technologies have been launching.
And what quality do you think people need to be an entrepreneur?
I think that's
Oh, the
A
question.
lot of patience, I'd imagine.
it's a really hard one. An ability to be able to sustain yourself, to motivate yourself is so important. Because unlike in a normal job situation, you have late nights, you have nights where you haven't slept and 3 days in a row, and you still do have to keep on working. And so you've got to have a lot of passion to be
I was
able
going
to
to say,
make
so
that happen.
for anyone who there's passionate young entrepreneurs out there, what's your main piece of advice you'd have for them if they're out there, they're not really getting where they want to be?
I would say don't stay isolated. That's one of the most
So
important
networking.
things. Yeah, totally. Network. Find groups around you who will be able to support you, whether it's inside your business or just within, your friend groups. You've got to be really open about these things because while they're personal projects and while they're personal passions, I mean, without our friends around us, without a solid support network around us, it's impossible.
Gives that extra little boost.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for coming in.
Very
That was
insightful.
interesting. I'm going to be downloading that. Is it available to download now?
It is. So it's available on iOS and on Android.
Great.
And it'll be coming out on Windows Phone in a couple of months.
So, as summer approaches, the days are getting longer, and it seems appropriate that we make the most of our time from sunrise to sunset.
Our flatmate, Adam Nutburn, has to get up way earlier than us as we send him out to test a range of pre-work activities.
So, let's take a quick break to find out how he got on when we sent him to an East London morning rave.
It's just gone 4 o'clock. And I'm knackered. And in the next hour, I will be in East London raving.
Right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here,
This is Morning Gloryville. Everyone's partying. It's in the morning. It's 7 a.m. and everybody is as sober as a judge. The only thing you can drink here is coffee and smoothies. Everyone's partying hard and having the time of their life before work. What more could you want? Better than going to the gym anyway.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother.
Everybody is partying to Fatboy Slim, and he's a pretty big DJ. He's married to Zoe Ball, and he doesn't have any shoes on. And what do you think of Fatboy Slim?
Amazing, it was
Very
so
nice
good.
surprise, isn't it?
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
he's married to Zoe Ball of Kelly.
Yes. So it's like celebrities everywhere.
Come a long, long way together through the hard times.
Having been sober for 6 years and played so many drunk crowds, I kind of thought, yeah, that sort of still works, but playing sober to a sober crowd who are as stupid as you took it to a new level of clarity and yet stupidity at the same time.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, and
now that
I'll
I've
see
got
you next time.
You should kiss me though, just to make
I'll see
it
you.
sound really awkward. Thanks, Fatboy Slim. All right, well, finally, we get a little break out here. Everyone else has come to chill out. We've come to chill out. It's cool. And the sun is out as well, so that's really quite nice.
So it started in an underground East London club. And we started with, for the first event, we only sold 26 tickets.
Really?
And
now you've
then
got Fatboy Slim in there.
I know, and
That's
now
quite
we've got Fatboy Slim, we've had Basement Jaxx, we've had Rob the Bank, we've, all the sort of big name DJs. But yeah, today really, really topped itself.
What is Morning Gloryville to you?
Morning Gloryville to me, well, it changed my life, that's for a start. Because
Really?
it made me come out of my shell. And like the first time I came, I was like, oh yeah. The second time I came, I was like, woo!
Underneath the Mexican sky, drink some margaritas by swinging blue lights.
I think that's pretty much it for today. 7 hours I've been awake, had a bit of a dance, lots of coffee. I think I've even dropped a dress size from all the getting funky on the dance floor. And now I'm ready to tackle the day.
Wow, that looks absolutely fantastic. I wonder how many of them were actually sober or just carrying on from the night before.
I think that was quite ready. Well, it looks like Adam had a cracking time. If you're interested in grabbing your glad rags and grooving at 6 in the morning, check out Morning Gloryville's Facebook page or website at morninggloryville.com.
Oh. I think I know who this is. Do you know who this is, Emmeline?
I think I know.
It is
How exciting.
Victoria. Come in, Victoria. It's nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Come in, come in. This is Jonathan.
Hi.
And this is Emmeline.
Great to see you.
Hello.
You're just in time for breakfast, actually.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we're having Pop-Tarts.
Yes, they're absolutely
Do you like
amazing.
Obviously. What's that question?
Who doesn't like Pop-Tarts? Everybody likes Pop-Tarts.
Love it. Victoria Stoyanova is a community architect connecting entrepreneurs and creative minds for her various projects, including her work with startup charity Up Global, the Creative Morning Lectures, and her latest venture at Entrepreneurial Hub Second Home in East London.
Thanks for joining us, Victoria. We've been looking at your CV. It's incredibly impressive. You call yourself a community architect. What's that? What's a community architect?
It sounds more fancy than it is. To me, community architecture is looking at people as different elements that you just combine in a way that it creates meaning.
Right.
So that's really what it is. It's connecting
interesting.
people in a meaningful way.
Okay.
So you're obviously a great connector of people, as you've just mentioned, but in an age of social media.
Thank you, Ben.
All right.
Very much.
Thank you. You're obviously like a great connector with people, but like in an age of social media, do you think people need someone like you to help them?
Oh, I definitely stalk people online. I think social media is great, but I do feel that there is a need for someone to make sense of it and just assess what will create value and what won't. So yes, I do think that you need to have these meaningful introductions for it to all make sense.
Okay. So you've worked for Second Home, is that right? Which describes itself as a new type of workspace and creative hub. So how does that work, Second Home?
Yes, so I recently joined Second Home as the Director of Community and Culture. Second Home has 300 people working from a unique, beautiful building designed by Selgus Cano.
Okay.
And they are established companies like SurveyMonkey or Foursquare, as well as very new, quite cool 3D companies and completely different types of businesses.
Right, okay.
So there's a lot of combinatorial creativity, people from a lot of different areas getting together.
In regards to Second Home, it feels almost like a beehive, like working together. How important do you think that is for the community and entrepreneurs within it?
Oh, I think it's really important. We're really lucky to be able to connect to pretty much anyone, online or offline. And I think that, I don't know what you think, just in terms of entrepreneurship, I think we're really lucky because there is a real community, there is a real supportive movement. So you're not by yourself trying to reinvent the wheel, but you actually have people who you trust around you who you can work with.
Well, I guess like our generation are we're pretty much the first generation that's actually kind of been able to do this and has had the infrastructure around to be able to do it. Because otherwise, it's really hard to find the people you're meant to be able to connect with for these sorts of things. And yet you see, little startup centres and things popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
Just every town has one even.
You're the London coordinator of Creative Mornings as well. So can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, I would love to. Creative Mornings had started a couple of years ago back in New York, and it's now in more than 120 cities globally.
Wow.
It's all run by volunteers, and it's just a really nice atmosphere early in the morning. It happens once a month, and it's a free breakfast lecture series. It's very informal, very laid back.
So if you turned up to it, what was that? You walk in, what would you expect when you walk in?
Yeah, you walk in, you have a cup of coffee, everyone is half asleep, and then there is a talk by someone who we really respect in the creative industry, can be from a science background, tech or art, and they share with us their creative process and philosophy for half an hour, and then we just have coffee and have a great start to the morning.
So what advice would you have, the same as we asked Jonathan, for these new viewers looking to find motivation for work? What would you say to them?
Surround yourself with people who get it, whatever your definition of that is, and find what your real mission is and just go for that.
So absolutely go for it. Find out what it is. So kind of the same really. Find yourself in a positive, surround yourself by positive people. And just
I think it's a common message. It's what we're all trying to do. I mean, it's not that easy. It's never that easy. It's always an ideal. But
you have to strive for it, I suppose. So guys, it's the moment you have all been waiting for. This morning's caption competition.
Every day we ask you to send in creative captions for our image of the day, for the chance for you to win our magnificent toast mugs.
Yep, yesterday we showed you this classic snap. You sent in some cracking suggestions, but after much deliberation, we decided that the winner was Tony Wills from Glasgow for his caption, "Oi Butch, who's got the biggest woofer?" Yeah. Well done, Tony. Your mug will be whooshing its way to you soon.
So drum roll, please, guys. Today's picture shows a rather tense FIFA president, and it looks like he's got some invisible dental floss.
I think he probably has.
So it'll be up on our website all day, so make sure you tweet in your suggestions to @ToastTelly with the hashtag ToastCaption for your chance to win our exclusive toast mug.
Lovely, lovely. We're looking forward to browsing all of your suggestions, but time is ticking and we've only got a few minutes left till we need to be off. So make sure you wake up with us again tomorrow when we'll be joined by serial entrepreneur Thomas Rogers, PR guru Emma Wills and Cat Cafe's Jake Armstrong. And we'll be sending our flatmate Adam to encounter some rather unusual morning critters. Nutters.
But before we leave, it's time for your daily dose of morning motivation. Let's go.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Oh, that's like my favourite bit of the day. Well, thanks for boogieing on down with us this morning. Do keep uploading your clips on our Twitter @ToastTelly, and you could be featured at Full Throttle on tomorrow's show.
Right, guys, well, we better dash for work, but thanks again to Ben for our cracking Groundworks breakfast, and to our lovely guests, Jono and Victoria, for joining us and an early catch-up.
See you tomorrow for another bite of toast.
Bye. Let's go, guys. I better leave. If there's any, you want any more Pop-Tart?
Okay, so I would quite like this Pop-Tart. Like, can we just pack it up in a lunchbox?
Oh, we haven't got time. Let's go.
Guys.
The landlord's coming round to take it out. Go.
Cheers.
Bye.